All right, we're live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Today we got a very special episode. We are talking to...
They're all special.
They are all special. But today is very special because we're not talking to a music artist, but we are talking to an artist. And his name is Daryl, and he also goes by various other aliases. And he's right here. Hello.
Hey, how you doing? Cody, how you doing? How you doing, guys?
Doing great.
How's it going, Daryl?
Doing great. I appreciate y'all having me. I'm not a music artist. I'm a big fan of the music and an artist in general. I think we all, sort of relate to all the different mediums. So we're good. We're good. I think
are good.
Visual artist secretly, a painter probably wants to be a drummer.
Probably. Do you have dreams of drumming?
Maybe. I do.
That's awesome, dude.
He read me. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, great to be here. I appreciate you guys having me.
Dude, absolutely.
I'm excited because we've done, I think maybe one or two other episodes with people that weren't actual musicians, and these are always fun because we get a chance to kind of break away from music for a minute and just talk about art in general.
Exactly.
And thank you for coming on, Daryl. I'm very grateful. Some of you probably recognize Daryl from one of the murals inside of our space at the Rooster. Daryl is the one responsible for the Looney Tunes Rooster. We call it Papa Was a Rolling Stone.
That's right.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Very good work. He's working on another commission for me right now. If you go to his Instagram tonight, you might get to see it on his stories.
Good stuff. Yeah, I've been trying to enlighten Michael to a personal request that he had made for me, something that allows me to sort of take personally, which again, is just a sharing of the love of music. Slipknot, Wu-Tang, got a cool little panel door laying around. Ooh. Flipped that over and came up with a design for him, and we'll see that in the Rooster as soon as we get that up off the ground.
That's right.
Don't have it with me tonight, but yeah, y'all can go at Nasddee on Instagram, Nasddee, and look at some of the stories on there. I'm public, so everybody can see me. But feel free to give me a follow. Just dropped another one too on a separate account I do. Michael knows about for Spirit Rocks at Schools. That's at Doc Croctopus. Yeah, it's alter ego I like to sort of do for the kids.
Croctopus?
It's Doc_Roctopus. But
Doc Roctopus.
Crocs are cool though. My kid has Crocs, so I'm okay with Crocs.
Nice,
No, yeah, I'm a Roctopus. So yeah, the big boulders. They're like the size of vans and cars out where I'm from, out of Shelby.
All right. Shout out to Shelby.
Yeah, I did that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Spirit Rock work is cool. And if you check him out on his social medias, you're going to see, 3 or 4 times a week, most weeks.
Oh, you're putting in the work.
Yeah.
I'm putting in the work. I'm not doing great, though. You won't see me on social media. I was just so don't get used to that. I just wanted to sort of give insight to it. But yeah, there's a sweet little time lapse I did, a cool 4-wheeler piece. Doing that genre allows me to just really expand on any subject.
What's one of the weird? Have you ever gotten a request for a Spirit Rock and been like, "What the hell is that?"
For Halloween, I won't say I was surprised by it, but yeah, Hocus Pocus Rock turned out really cool. It was not for a kid, it was for a secretary that worked in the office at the school, and she just loved Hocus Pocus, maybe Bette Midler, and really enjoyed Halloween and called me up, so I banged that out, and it was really awesome. Did a little nighttime UV effect on it. Pretty happy to do it. Unfortunately, I was only there 4 days. I had to go back and paint over it, but shout out to Springmore Elementary in Bowling Springs, right up the road from Gardner Webb.
Yeah.
I get a lot of work out there, and they do me good. But all of Cleveland County, really, all the teachers, all the staff, kids, parents support me. Do real good.
Oh, yeah. Well, and as do we, man. Obviously, we fully support the art and what you're doing. And, you're right. There are a lot of adult Disney nerds out there. And honestly, I would classify myself as an adult Disney nerd. I mean, I'm getting down on Mandalorian, stuff like that. I mean, Do you get into some of that kind of stuff yourself, like to watch and to view and to kind of get into?
I got to catch up on The Mandalorian. I'm not doing so great on that. It is good. Star Wars fan, but haven't really dedicated a lot of time to that. But yeah, I geek out. I got.
In other words, he's too busy.
I'm too busy.
He's too busy.
Too busy painting rocks.
Pumping out art, man.
Too busy
speaking of
getting it in. Yeah, that's what I do. That's all I can do right now. Stay-at-home dad, but this is what I've always wanted to do as a dream, and so that's what's been
Minus being
occurring. A German?
Drummer.
German.
Nine.
Drinking the October. Shout out to Germany on
Shout out to Spotting on your Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
We love this stuff. Cheers,
Thanks
brothers.
for sponsoring the
Yes.
session here.
Cheers
We
us
appreciate
there.
this.
There we
Made
go.
purity laws
right.
going on there.
So we're heavy on the front of this episode, talking about your spirit rock art, because we have actually put together a slideshow of some of Daryl's most recent work, and we're going to talk over it, but we're going to let you enjoy this little montage of some of Daryl's work and get a feel for it, so that next time you need a mural painted or spirit rock painted, you can reach out to Daryl. So, Josh, if you can cue up the slideshow, we'll play the slideshow. Now, this first one, you're going to notice that's the one that we have up in the Rooster. Daryl came out and did that for us.
It's in negative, but then you'll notice it actually, when you reverse the negative effect.
Yeah, when you put a negative filter on your phone and you take a picture of that, this is what you're going to see. So, I mean, that was a brilliant piece. Daryl painted that whole thing in negative colors.
Dude, look at this fantastic one. It's like a
straight underwater scene right
Underwater?
here. Yeah, it's my first time out to the beach. This is a commission I was. Somebody got in touch with me and has a sweet little sort of B&B out there, and
sick.
Real wide, probably 40-foot boat
this
garage.
Is the second half of that.
Yeah, works from left to right. So I believe this will be the second frame to the left.
What's this? This is tribal.
This is actually a horizontal, but you were close. A sweet little design I did for a school that I went to, Burns Middle School.
Wow.
So I broke down the Eagles logo, and it actually says Eagles in it. The S is the beak.
I'm seeing that.
Yeah.
Seeing that.
I really enjoyed doing that original design. I did that for free. In addition to other murals that they had hired me to do. I just sort of wanted to do something creative. Like this is not me. This is what the principal at the time was interested in having. Super cool, super great message.
I like the text style too. Like you should have your own font.
Well, not a lot of experience with fonts or writing as far as art goes, and spray paint, which is my preferred medium. I'm not a writer, as they say, but
Well, it looks like you are.
I draw letters pretty well.
Yeah.
I do draw letters.
Draw letters, really.
And my mama taught me some really pretty cursive, so it just comes out naturally.
Nice. I like that. I love that.
Love that message, though. This is some more schoolwork. Get a lot of support from Cleveland County Schools. I've been a vendor registered with them for 5 years, I believe, now. So they'll get in touch with me for murals, cafeterias. Obviously, a personal commission here. That's a fat head on the left. I did not paint that, Ezekiel Elliott. But here's another one that's representative of a lot of business I get from service members. This is from a sergeant that I got to do in Kings Mountain, locally, actually.
Nice.
This is my backyard panel, so when I get to go crazy on that, a little practice work, no harm in getting a couple pics in. I do a sweet little Ghost Rider original piece with a little symbol stencil, and then I flip over top of that and go to Carnage, and get a 2-for-1 deal. That's where all the magic happens right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you're seeing is a range. You're seeing this guy has range.
I do not limit myself. No, I welcome any sort of challenge, any medium, any subject, any canvas, and really any medium or paint to work with. I do pastel, charcoal. It's a couple of my backyard panel pics right here. This is actually, that top one's a homage to my dad, passed away 18 years ago, and that was a bike club that he rode for down in Chester. So shout out to Dead Horse Motorcycle Club.
That's DHOC.
DHMC Motorcycle Club.
DHMC.
I just at the end, those are all actually, it's a blend of stencil letters I've done from past commissions. I keep every stencil I've ever done. CrossFit was big to me in Shelby, so this is outdoors right in the middle of town. across from Jimmy John's.
So tons of people see this stuff, man, and we're connecting the audience to you. What's this? Whoa!
Crazy
Tiger.
stuff. Very representative of me. I'm a big Bengals fan, sure, but
Sorry.
yeah, I am too. There's nothing I can do about it. I tried. I like the song Black and Yellow, but it just didn't stick with me. So I'm just over here with the orange heyday. I go crazy with the colors though. Real full representation. I try to embody an emotion. I want to move the viewer.
Yeah.
As an artist,
I was moved instantly.
I don't speak a lot about the meaning or purpose, or put the little soliloquy pieces beside each hung canvas. This is super cool. Somebody reached out to me. They had some graffiti up on their bridge they own, where they put in for rafts. Said, "Can you cover it?" I said, "Done. Pay me for the paint. I'm done. I'm on top of it." That's 40 foot wide by 15 to 20 foot tall. Really happy with that. And it's out public art. It's one of those you got to go find it pieces. More Cowboys. God, Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm not going to speak on that.
You guys, I mean, hey, let's be real. If you guys, were to ask me who supported me as far as NFL commissions go, it's Cowboys.
What does
Duke
Turn
is
the
big. Turn the Beat Dance Studio. We've done about 4 different dance studios. A lot of work with with the kids, with the instructors there. The one in Cherryville, 2 in Shelby, one's outdoor at Stars of Tomorrow. This is the other half of the facility that they share with the sort of minor league based, not minor league, but like the youth travel team, the Phantoms. One of my first murals I did, no spray paint involved with this, just a brush. Church, get a lot of church work. Really involved with sort of any kind of art I can put out there, especially meaningful and something that will inspire someone at some point.
Marvel piece.
No spray paint on that one. I really don't. Maybe a little background. First one I did, really first large mural I did that really took my time. I love that. Love Marvel. I'm a geek on Marvel, so I didn't follow up. I wouldn't say I'm a Disney geek. Can I please just have Marvel geek though? I like Disney.
Yeah. No, Disney's cool, but Marvel.
Well, Disney owns Marvel
know, so
stuff
we gotta
now,
do
so-
that.
Yeah,
Same thing.
Michael, you did point out it's a little variety, different range of
very ranged.
textures and colors and styles. I want to do different styles. I want to do different subjects. So I don't say no.
Well, and you're nailing it, as you guys can clearly see. Like this here is obviously a shout out to the Braves.
A lot of Braves fans. Braves fans best, one that supports. Here's some more dance work here on stage. Dance Academy. They're Stars of Tomorrow right uptown in Shelby. On
like
stages
the
in
bubble
Shelby.
letters.
Yeah, not a writer, but I can find reference, I guess, for letters. So that's
Very
not.
cool.
Let's just find the alphabet from a graph writer and.
Got some doggies.
Yeah, that's where I went to high school at, Burns High. Some more church work. I get a lot of support from the average Joe who's just trying to have,
Something
people that he
different, something
inspires.
original.
Yeah.
This is one of my first free murals I did. This is the closest convenience store to my house, right here by the city park in Shelby. The Cadell asked him what god he worshipped randomly one day. And with a straight face, he said,
That was one of my favorite ones. When I was going
I
through
like
these
that one.
pictures, I really, really... Do you have a name for that one?
Ganpati is the name of it. And once I looked it up, it was Ganesh. It's Ganesh, but that's not how they refer to him as. So, yeah, the day I finished that, he said, believe it or not, today is Ganpati Day.
No
He said
way.
a friend of I know, right? The universe really does crazy stuff for me in those ways. I put forth the effort, and it seems to give me a nod.
Yeah.
It's full moon out here tonight. So
Is it? I didn't even pay attention.
100%. Yeah, it's a good 100% going on. I love this piece. Of course, I ride by this every day. All the pieces you see on the way home, So if I'm going to be an artist and sort of do my own thing out here, nobody's really bouncing ideas off of me or telling me not to do it. So I'm just going to set up whatever I
Oh,
can.
dude, Rugrats.
It's a shout out to Reese Peace, my daughter, my oldest. She's 18.
She loves Rugrats?
She is a fighting pickle. You get it?
Yeah, I do.
Fighting pickles. Yeah.
That's
UNCSA. She goes to University School of Arts at Winston-Salem,
Shout out.
North Carolina, UNC.
Shout out to you.
They did, actually. I posted that on Instagram. They gave me a thumbs up.
Did she get the gift
She
like
got the-
you?
she
She got the gift like you?
She does, but she's denying it. Yeah. She's going down your path. She's a sound tech into engineering. But it comes so easy to her. Yeah, Supernatural.
What is this one about?
That's Magic. I love Magic. Big fan. Local comic shop.
Magic the Gathering.
Love the MTG.
I love
sure.
MTG, man.
Still got all my stuff.
play. Let's play.
You want to get down? We break my L's out?
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to the.
Yeah.
Now we're geeking.
Yeah. You
Now
got
we can
elves.
get right.
I got vampires, son.
Monster growth.
You don't want that. You don't want that life gain white.
Check
black.
out my little Dragon Ball. I love this place. You know they
DBZ.
had 3 different locations, I think. But
What is this place?
Local comic shop. They
Yeah.
kind of do their thing.
Yeah.
They're
What's
never open.
What is the local?
Not gonna plug them.
Not gonna plug them.
They owe me money. Love y'all though.
Yeah.
No plugs for y'all.
Pay
You know
the
who you are.
Pay the man though.
Not gonna
This
happen.
looks like the Last Supper because you're getting like views of
Straight through the window.
Straight
That's
through
what.
the
That's
window.
stress from elementary school right there. That's a window into the weeping world of secretaries and bookkeepers and administrators.
It's your version of the Last Supper. It's the last bookkeeper.
I could see how you'd see that.
Yeah,
though. This is my elementary school. I just run through everybody that has ever looked out for me. I kind of go back and say, hey, you know what? You need a dolphin mural.
Yeah.
That's in Waco. They're the Dolphins, clearly.
That's great. Go Dolphins.
Hey, that was a great price for them, too.
We'll
can
plug
imagine.
them.
Washington Elementary.
Oh,
what's
more
that?
Dolphins. More
I love
Dolphins.
that piece. Yeah, it came out great. I did that in one setting, 4 hours.
No kidding.
I get down on a spray can.
It looks like they're coming right out of the water. Oh, we got Jefferson.
Elementary, yeah. The lettering has changed,
Is that some hives?
since then. It's the hives, yeah. They're killer bees out there.
Yeah.
Got my Wu-Tang
Sting
flex on.
Sting.
Teach them early, man. Teach them early.
Super cool.
That's great.
Really great idea. This was a collaboration with PTO out there. Super great people.
PTO, pay time off.
It was Parent Teacher Apocalypse. Is
Parent
that
Teacher
right?
Apocalypse. Oh,
Apocalypse
that's
with an O.
What do we got here? We got clothing
Oh, yep.
Oh, that's the van.
That's
Yeah.
the van
Yeah,
I
that's
did.
the van,
Shout
the
out
Peacock.
to the women's. That's the women's shelter that I did in Shelby. It stays parked out in the parking lot. Before this is the bathrooms at Jefferson Elementary. Some sort of
That's the
abstract
stalls?
Yeah, they let
Dude, I
me
would
go
love to-
crazy in there.
Like to take a
Pooping
dump
I'd
there.
like to take the dump in there, man.
So it's, again, not my not my typical medium, but I really like doing brace, sort of a challenge. So a little more abstract.
And it comes
slightly
out
graph.
of the side and continues on the front, man.
On
It's
the
3D.
one, yeah, on the bottom. Most of them are sort of flat or two panel, 3 panel.
Oh, we got a dragon here.
Love this piece. Yeah, this came out really great as far as what I want to do in the future and where I see myself. This is completely original art from
Fantasy.
pencil sketch on the paper to conceptually how I was going to set up the design and what was included in it. This is for a science class at Crest Middle School.
What do the orbs represent?
The different, actually, all the spray paint artists' favorite animals, or in my mind, what I would choose if I was the ultimate artist. So you got like a bombardier beetle, with the aerosol action. You got an octopus with the, I think it shows octopus with the ink, chameleon color change. That's a mockingbird for sound mimicry. Sort of along those lines, along those themes. Put a little thought into it, but it came
love
out
that.
It was super original and fun to do, and maybe I would have the opportunity
He's being
to do
humble.
that.
He says I put a little thought into it.
Yeah,
but
you will a lot.
everything that Daryl does, there's never just a straight. This is what it is.
Yeah.
It's almost like every piece you do's got something hidden in there, whether it's just for you or just for the person who commissioned you.
Just leave
There's
a little-
always like a little something in your pieces that's like an inside joke or like a little secret.
It's
Yeah.
like breadcrumb trails of artsiness,
Sure,
man.
I guess I'd like for my pieces, if they don't move you, at least they can, provide some sort of conversation piece. Maybe something the other viewer don't know about it, or
Of course.
I don't know. I don't really force that. It just sort of naturally occurs. I got the globe in there, the world in his
In
eye.
the eye. I'm just noticing that now, dude.
Just stuff that sort of comes to me. Here's a
That's
golf
in Cherville?
club. That's in Cherville.
That's in
yeah.
Cherville?
Do you know that place?
Yeah, I know that place. I live right there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I bumped the mic. Yeah, reached out to him with a saran wrap request, right? It's the first time Kody had ever had a roll of saran wrap. I saw where you can roll it around trees vertically a few times and then use it as a canvas. He was like, cool, come do it over here.
That is cool.
He let me do it. Arnold Palmer might pop up in a second. He turned out great for my first saran wrap piece, but that led to him commissioning me for that. Those two pieces, which was the actual map of the original 9, and then in his
looks like a
main dining hall.
DBZ piece.
Super good, background panel. Happy with that. Flame is a type of product, spray can product, and they have a blue fine tip. It's like a sensu bean.
Use the
That's what it
same
just
kind of
came
blue
to.
on this beer.
That is a few spots of that super pretty blue right there. Yeah,
I'm catching
that's
on.
canvas stuff. This is
Oh, a small night.
yeah, I'll tell you what, man. I'll be honest with you. This one right here was sort of like on me, because these kids are poor and broke, and they don't have a lot of funding out in this spot of
Of the
Cleveland
world.
County of
Yeah.
Shelby. Yeah, so they're a little on the downside, and they're not going to be able to afford anything at all like this.
But that's the magic of you and who you are. You gave them this art because they couldn't. That was on the house, and like, what other artist do we know that does that? Nobody. I don't know anybody.
Well, not only that, excuse me, like you said, these are, forgotten kids. There's a source of pride there for those kids.
Yeah,
They've got this thing
got that to
in
look
their
up
school.
to.
Yeah, they've got this. This is ours. Nobody else has it. That's the kind of inspiration that art can bring.
Exactly. And
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so, man. I definitely value it and get it experience and appreciate the opportunity to do that. I could just be shallow and say it looks good in the portfolio, but I love, like I said, doing what I do and trying to get better at it every single piece. And if I know that it can provide, a little bit of, joy or inspiration, yes, maybe a few artists will pop off of this wall, and be inspired by that, and I can sort of see that already starting to build.
Woo! That one looks familiar.
Who did
Yeah, it
that
does
one?
look familiar.
It does.
That's that old nature boy, ain't it?
Yeah.
Some of you
Wheeling
may have
and
already
dealing.
seen this piece hanging up on the wall here. That's when Daryl came out when we did Raise the Roost back in the summer. Daryl came out and set up a booth and brought his easel out and put a canvas up. And this wasn't the only piece he did. He did some live art. And I came out to check on the vendors, and I saw him doing this, and I could see early on that he was doing Ric Flair, and I told him, I said, that's mine.
Yeah.
And he's, what do you want for it? That's mine.
I gotta show some love to old Rick. Yeah, Ric Flair. It's nice to get to see him.
man.
Wrestle against Sting. Years ago as a kid, growing up. Dad took me down to Spartanburg. Super cool, super fun memories. Ric Flair's the man.
Some SmackDown live.
I got to see the SmackDown. Yeah, it was a cage match. Super cool, super fun time
It's super great art.
with my dad and my uncle who are no longer here with us. So I'll shout out to them.
Shout out to them,
on
for sure.
on the other side there. I hope they're enjoying the Ric Flair shout out there. There's some more salmon action going in on it up under a bridge. It's legal, illegal. Super fortunate to be able to do this stuff.
Whoa.
It's the comic shop. A little bit of Udin,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong.
No, it looks like Udin.
Yeah.
From Magic the Gathering.
Geeks.
Yeah.
Look, and so where
Whoa.
where does the inspiration come from? I have no idea. But freestyle piece right here. No reference. That's original too. But I didn't really come up with a sketch or a design and get it approved to consider my color palette. This is just more of a go at it
Free
thing.
for all.
It is, yeah. There's a lot of energy that seems to be put into my art, especially the rocks that I do by necessity. Got to get back home. A little cold, a little windy out. Get it in.
Oh.
Commission for, a former niece of mine, for her, a baby that she's having. So it's sort of a, extended family commission going on.
Yeah.
Some more canvas work, trying to get better with can. There's Arnie. Look at that. That's a saran wrap.
Oh, no way.
Ain't that
dude.
crazy?
I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the stretch now.
It's my first time I ever even wrapped it, so it's only 2 layers. I could do better. Of course, about 3 months later, the paint's starting to flake off. Of course, it was a learning experiment, and it was a curve I needed to get up on. Some church work. I really enjoyed that piece.
That is a good one.
Not completely original there. He sent me an image, and so I replicated it to the best of my ability. That being said, lay the initial sketch. no reference because, I try to value understanding and just knowing as an artist visually what I'm trying to accomplish. And again, that helps with my speed, that helps with my confidence, which in turn I think reflects in the appearance of the pieces, whether the strokes are sort of, solid or, hashy. Crosshatch is what I meant. This was cool. Crest Metal, they wanted there's the eyes again, the same school, Crest Metal School. Had to switch their logo because Boo, the UBA, decided to call them out on a dragon image that they had for like 2 decades. So the new principal.
The UBA?
University of Alabama, Birmingham, that dragon that they have.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it had been
like,
the school's logo, and they were like, you got to change it after like 25, 30 years maybe. So boo them and go Crest Metal. Your new dragon's really cool anyway. I like it a lot. The body is not it. Really, they had the head, and I worked with that, but I wanted to incorporate, sort of. So the rest is just sort of add on, fun stuff. How are we doing on time? I told you, you're going to have to get the stage hook out.
No, we are fine. We put this together on purpose. We wanted, this is a very different type of episode than we're used to doing.
Yeah.
This is an opportunity to highlight a very, very talented local artist.
Yeah.
And, you sent me all those pictures, and I was like, we're getting this in here somehow.
Basically what you see is a Craftsman 2018 mower, if I'm not mistaken, that's a little low on the left tire, so the blade cuts a little angle. You know what I'm talking about.
You got a little lean to your yard.
It's my actual back. That's my building right there. That's my backyard. Thankfully, I have a lovely lady who's willing and accepting for me to keep experimenting and growing on any surface I can.
That is key.
So I don't know how long it'll be there, but I have Carnage / Woody Harrelson
until the next
right
time
now.
inspiration strikes, right?
It's always I can't get it in enough. I really can. I'm like I'm an addict. I really am.
I hope you enjoyed the slideshow, people. I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure we got that in early.
That was really cool.
Because,
I appreciate that. I like being able to chat about them.
Yeah, people need to understand, and now is a great opportunity to tell people how to get a hold of you if they want some art done.
I think what I did was basically forward you guys everything I sent to Office Max for whoever for my.
How do people, if someone watching wants to commission you, what's the best way to go about that?
I'm bigger on Facebook, I guess. You can reach out to me, Daryl Endicott. I have an Endicott art page on there as well that I'm probably a little more affluent with and I stay up on more. But that being said, best way to reach me is just text me or send me a call. If I don't answer, then I'm with my 3-year-old, so leave a voicemail. But yeah, we'll get personal like that.
And we'll put all the links down below, so in the description. So once we're done with the live stream, we'll update it with all the links to get a hold of you, so people can call you out, because it's important. Look, you just witnessed, was that 8.5 minutes of just absolute pure talent, and you saw the range, you saw the different styles this man can do. His art's going to live forever inside the Rooster. I was so inspired. So, for those who don't know, we have two murals on the wall inside the Rooster. And one day, this was during the shutdown of COVID, and people were starting to get back out there. I was getting antsy. I was sitting around like, I can't. We're getting antsy. I can't do nothing. Can't do anything. And I just got a wild hair, and I was like, hey, I just put it out there on social media. I was like, is there any artists out there, graffiti artists, that they just want to... I've got this wall space. Just come out and do what you want. It's probably going to get covered up when we do the construction. And Daryl, it was Daryl and one other guy, Jason. We'll give a shout out to
Jaybird,
the Vandal. But Daryl and Jason reached out, and I was like, "Yeah, come on, just do whatever you want. The wall is yours. Have at it. We're probably going to cover it up anyway."
And the foghorn leghorn thing was the thing you came up with. What drew the inspiration to Foghorn Leghorn and all the other awesome characters?
I'm not a vandal, or I'm not trying to be out doing too much illegal stuff, So when you say I got a wall that you can come paint, that sounds like a legal wall to me, And I don't know much about illegal walls or legal walls, but you know, if you're gonna let me come paint, I'll come paint. You know, I love a good session. You said an artist would be there, and I'm out on my own Shelby Island. Don't have a lot of you know, people to sort of collaborate with, so I was really eager to get out there and just paint with somebody. It turned out it was Jaybird, and the piece I did was inspired from Jaybird, which was, you know, again, the universe sort of doing its thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, super cool, real fun.
Yeah.
His piece was great too, and again, you're right. We showed up assuming that these pieces would get covered or painted. We were just there to learn to, you know, put out some pieces that, you know,
you're just gonna work some shit out, and I was so inspired. The work was because I was in and out throughout the day. I was like, here, just have at it, do your thing.
I got errands.
Yeah. I had my daughter that day. We were in and out. In fact, I'll say this: you guys inspired my daughter. Because, I mean, you'll remember this. My daughter Harmony, who was on the season finale of season 2 of this podcast.
Check out that episode.
Yeah. So, but Harmony got inspired, and she comes up to me, and she's being all shy. She's like, "Daddy, you think they let me paint?" I was like, "Go ask them. Go ask them if they can." And so Harmony walks over and is like, "Can I do that too?" And Daryl was just on it. He just stopped what he was doing. He's like, here's some red, here's some black.
Right.
Yeah. And so my daughter goes over there and she creates a character just from her imagination right on the wall. She created 2 characters, actually.
Yeah, something with there was a vampire involved.
Yeah, there was
a second.
It was Octofang. Octofang was a little octopus vampire.
Yeah.
Right? And then what was the other one? The Rooster Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Rooster Wolf.
The Rooster Wolf.
And you know, she was inspired by watching Daryl and Jason work. And it was such a great day for me. You know, someone like me that's so immersed in the art world, that kind of stuff. It's like you're talking about, the universe kind of just shows up and does its thing.
And you just want to see interest at that point, and you want to know that you got the spot that people are going to love to be in to do. And like, actually, literally, people just came in out of the streets to, you know, what was at that point, you know, a vacant building just because we wanted to do it so badly. You know, you housed that effort basically.
And it was so good. The work was so good, and I was so inspired by the day that I called my contractor up.
Let's leave it.
I was like, we got to leave this. So we have figured out a way to keep the murals on the wall after construction, so they're going to live forever.
Everybody that comes into the place of business will see that.
Yeah, you'll see these murals every time you come into the Rooster, and I couldn't be more proud.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all are being too kind with the words. The sweetness goes a long way. I appreciate it. I really do. We got a sweet new piece that'll be hanging up too when you get the doors open.
That's
Your
true.
piece, right?
Yeah. That's true. We've already dropped the one hint. If they don't catch it, they'll have to wait. I'm super thrilled about that.
I loved it. Yeah, I've really gone through it. I'll put an album on, you know, and just get through 5 songs, and I've done like, you know, several people.
I'm actually envious of the ability to do that. Like what you do, you can just put on some vibe music and vibe and be inspired. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not everybody can do that for a living. It's awesome.
No, nobody. Yeah, it's very difficult to do that as a living. You know, for a living it is.
I have a question. What is your favorite thing to reoccurring to do, to draw, to paint, to spray? What is your favorite thing that you find yourself coming back to getting into drawing?
I can't get enough. You know, if you break it down, it's just figure drawing, but I can't get enough Marvel comics. I'm just Marvel fiend. I just can't get enough of it.
That sounds like my uncle. My uncle was actually one of the vendors.
He was another vendor at Raise the Roost.
Yeah, my uncle did the Wonder Woman bust, and he had a lot of other Marvel characters.
I talked to him. I have one of his pieces at home of the prints. Yeah, he did a lino print of the cat. It's like an Egyptian cat.
So shout out to my uncle Matt Painter.
Super cool work. Yeah, Matt Painter. I did. I was able to talk to him and meet him for a little bit. And loved it. All the comic art that he has, because that's really what I've been after since I was 12 or 13.
That's like all he does. He's got like Marvel tattoos. And
I didn't check him. I'll have to. Now I got to meet him and see what he's to see what he's got going on.
We'll get a barbecue going on and have you artists get together and talk art, man. I'd love that.
Yeah. You say that we're being too kind with the words, but the truth is, Daryl, that
you're being too modest.
Yeah, you're being too modest. You know, the whole goal we're trying to accomplish with the Rooster is to elevate art in this area. It's just it's the first line item on the budget to get cut. It's the last thing to get funded. Yet it's the most important thing in all of our lives.
It is.
Say what you want. Play golf, go to college. Work for a fucking bank. But none of us are happy without art.
Yeah.
If we didn't have art in our life, we'd all be walking around miserable just doing tasks.
Exactly.
That's why art didn't really become a thing until people got comfortable.
Yeah.
And then life became enriched, and life was more about surviving. Up until I would argue medieval times. 1500s.
The Renaissance.
Yeah. Once the Renaissance happened, life was mainly about survival, not getting killed by an elephant or a lion
or a mouse.
Or not
mouse.
dying of the plague or dying of tuberculosis.
But there was still some really great art there, though.
Well, life was all about survival
that the
until
Baroque?
until the Renaissance.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. And then
Dark. It was Dark Ages is what they called that.
that's why they call it the Dark Ages.
It's not the Renaissance times.
But
There were no turkey legs to be had.
But then art comes along and starts enriching people's lives. Once we got systems in place as a species for survival, then you don't have to work quite as hard to survive. And then people have more time on their hands and they start to develop these talents, or they start tapping into these God-given talents that they have. And then art becomes one of the most influential things on the planet. It's why some people, I'm one of them. I live for art.
I have a kitty bladder. I gotta pee. I'll be back.
Oh my goodness.
Is that with 2 T's or 2 D's?
Yeah.
Meow.
D.
Meow. Yeah, I'm with you. I can see where you're going with that. I would say that maybe it was just sort of more of a mental health development that evolved out of the human population. Maybe it was just like we got enough corn grain going on in the silo. Let's do us for a little bit.
Right.
So we feel a little better about ourselves.
And it brings value. There's an argument to be made that football and basketball players get paid too much, movie stars get paid too much, and some artists get. People like to make these arguments that
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is, you couldn't pay an actor $10 million to do a movie if you didn't want to see it so bad.
It's true. They've got a big enough following and demand for the product, so they can do that.
As long as you're buying the jerseys, as long as you're buying the movie tickets, as long as you're buying the albums, they're going to keep making that money, and rightfully so. Because I can tell you right now, there's times in my life where if it weren't for that one song or that one album or that one piece of inspiration to pull me through, who knows where I'd be.
Well,
I've
definitely moved, not so much visually, I suppose, which is odd as a visual artist, but daily, musically, through musical will move me.
Let's
and
talk
I'm
about some of your
connected,
favorite music. Yeah.
for sure, to the entire childhood culture that would influence all of my interests that I harp on, I lean towards, I draw from. I've probably mentioned it to you, but the goal that I want to have as an artist is to be able to paint anything with anything on anything without looking at anything. And I think that I potentially could accomplish that. I do a lot of comic art without reference.
Yes.
Which allows for, a little bit of variety or modifications that just occur naturally, and maybe they're for the best and maybe they're not. Either way, you sort of pick up on what you did right, go back and look at it, see what you did wrong, and grow from that. But I would prefer to not look at anything, like ever, if I could.
That leads me to a question. So, most of the time when someone calls you for a commission, they have an idea in their head of what they want.
Right.
How often are you how often are you confined to this idea, or are most people pretty open to let you kind of do your thing?
I have earned the right, fortunately, to be, very open on the input, for sure, on the creative process. And maybe at this point I would request, it be so, but normally they give me their idea and I respond with a pretty good clean vision of what I anticipate, and they're instantly, happy with it. That being said, not a great digital artist. I get by with Procreate, and that's sort of how I swap ideas back and forth until we decide, the client and the artist, myself, on
But you use
the palette.
Procreate?
Oh, yeah.
My wife uses Procreate.
I try to get down with the tablet a little bit, but
Are we still talking about art?
Yeah, digital art.
Yes.
Procreate's
Digital art. So it's an app.
It's the life
Yeah,
art.
my definition of Procreate is not.
No.
I mean, it can be art.
I like how iPad did that with the dirty apple there. They slid in the Procreate, right? The digital enhancement.
Yeah.
No filters
Shit
needed.
gets deep, y'all.
She's doing a. Well, I can't say. There's a.
Top secret.
It is top secret.
You can't do that.
I can do that because it's a birthday surprise for somebody.
Okay. Enough said.
Yeah.
You're off the hook.
But she has done some stuff. She actually drew. You guys seen that show Big Mouth on Netflix?
Oh yeah.
She did me and her and our hormone monsters as a picture
nice.
and printed it out for me for my birthday.
Very cool.
Which is excellent.
That is cool.
Yeah. So shout out to Procreate and Apple.
It does.
Well,
good
talk
things,
about
yeah.
little Daryl running around. Are you from Shelby?
From Shelby, yeah. Born in Bessemer City, which is
I live there.
right there.
Oh,
Right,
So talk about little Daryl
Skyler's
running around the streets of Bessemer City. What got you into art? Talk about how did you always have this ability? Did you have to work hard for it? Give us a little bit of the story.
It's interesting that are you always from there? And I'm thinking, when I was living at Bessemer City off of Helen Avenue, right up the road from the library. Are you familiar with where
Yes,
this is?
I am.
From 1979 until 1987. No, I can't recall any sort of interest or inkling towards art. Maybe music, not really, not visually. No, didn't really sort of recognize it or remember much at that age, as far as producing anything or having an interest to. But there might be some stuff out there that I did. Who knows?
Maybe some sketches.
Back in 82.
Oh, yeah.
Some mean stuff, yeah.
Mean stuff.
Yeah.
So stuff from Heavy Metal, that old movie with the art.
This
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Pink Floyd's been out. That was The Wall had been out for 3 years, so there were probably a lot of butt-faced preachers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Some sketches in a notebook for school or something like that.
Floating around.
It's got to be out there somewhere.
Floating around.
When did you get into it though?
Probably 12 years old, 12 or 13. Marvel cards, the first series that they had of the collectible cards. One summer, 91. Started replicating what I saw on the cards and trying to, recreate that to a T, as best as I could. Broke out the colored pencils and everything. Had my shading down. I still have these pictures, and they look pretty great for a 13-year-old. I'm impressed with them, and so I kept them. I did. I think I posted them online. I think you can find them at Nasddee on Instagram. 1991.
Nasddee.
Yes, I did, because that is kind of the beginning for me, and that's what started it. First comic was Ghost Rider. I love Hawkeye. I do have the first appearance, Deadpool, X-Force, Carnage. I was into all that stuff, and I was picking it up at the time that it was on the shelf. And just
Who's your favorite character?
Hawkeye.
Out of Hawkeye?
Yeah, I do Hawkeye.
Really,
yeah.
that's your favorite Marvel?
I mean, Ghost
Why
Rider.
you say it like that?
Because Ghost Rider deserves the nod. He deserves to be number one.
Of course, man.
Because he put me on.
Well, but
Gotta give love.
But your favorite character,
Hawkeye. Yeah.
Why did you say it like it's a sin?
No, I didn't say it like that.
Really?
I'm
That's your
surprised.
I felt
That's
like
how
I
you
did
said
him
it.
wrong.
Yeah.
I felt like, I felt like was like, you're a pretty girl,
I
but you're not
apologize.
the prettiest.
Yeah.
Kind
Come
of
on,
deal.
Mike.
My favorite's always been Wolverine.
Oh, Wolverine's great.
Yeah.
that.
Wolverine is my spirit animal.
Yeah.
There you have it.
He's got claws. Are you talking old Wolverine with the yellow with the black stripes like that?
Fresh out of the woods of Canada.
Fresh out of the woods.
Okay.
Yeah, just tore Sabretooth a new one. Just
Still dripping from Weapon X sweat.
Yeah,
wild. fucking wild.
Just brand new clothes.
I'll give
Just
you guys,
figuring them out, how to put the
What'd you
gloves
expect?
on.
Yellow spandex.
Hey,
I'll give you
it
guys
is
my
vicious.
favorite Marvel,
Who's your favorite Marvel?
Spider-Man.
Hey, Spider-Man's great.
I'm gonna go Spider-Man because I
Spider-Man's
grew up
awesome.
watching those Amazing Spider-Man, the original like
Cartoons?
cartoon series.
Really, with the Amazing Friends?
Yeah, the Amazing
Dude,
Friends.
all right, so that's so cool you bring that up. So at the same time they were making a Spider-Man cartoon, they had the X-Men cartoon
Of
going
course,
on.
yeah.
And then there was a season they did a crossover thing, and they had like this celestial character pulled Spider-Man out of his reality and tested him.
Well, now
And-
the new movie is Doctor Strange messing up the timeline. That's where you're going with it.
So in this cartoon, Spider-Man got pulled out of a situation and he was being tested by the celestial being. I'm so nerding out right now.
It's fine.
And part of the test was he had to like choose other heroes, and so it was like a crossover with X-Men. He pulled some X-Men, and like for some reason, I mean, I was like 13 years old when that came out, and I always thought it was a super cool episode. So fast forward to 2021, and Disney Plus is out there, and they got all them old school cartoons. So for about a month, I'm watching the old school X-Men and Spider-Man cartoons with my son, just waiting for this episode to come. And it finally comes, and it was just this glorious day. I was like, Caleb, check this out. I was like, this is the best episode ever.
Hey, but it was sort of contained to that one episode, really?
Well, it was a 2-part episode.
Oh,
Actually,
there you
no,
go.
it was like a 6-part series, actually.
Sweet.
To be continued.
Sweet.
Yeah. He got yelled at by Rogue, and it's great. It's great. Go back to watch them old cartoons.
Yes,
Loved them. Only on Saturday morning. You could only watch them.
That's right. Yeah.
of course.
That was back when I had to program the VCR, and if you're really uppity about your programs, you can set 2 separate programs, one for the first half, and then cut out the commercials, and then set it so it comes right back on after this. So that was me, and I would have the cool tape that had like 8 episodes of X-Men dubbed on EP, where you get 360 minutes. We didn't have money for the SP.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'd splurge on like LP.
So it sounds like you got a little hand in older school technology too.
Oh yeah, big geek
know
all
what I mean?
around.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
that's
there
cool.
for the OG stuff you do not know about, Kody. I can tell you right now, you're not old enough to know about MS-DOS programming language or
Oh, my
BASIC. Any of that copy, colon,
me out.
backslash, delete, PK zip, unzip files.
Michael don't even know
I
about
do.
that.
I
No,
do.
he does not.
Floppy disks.
What about the first internet? It was called a bulletin board system.
Our
was a
first internet was
BBS.
Prodigy. Prodigy was our first internet.
It was what you had? Was it a BBS, though? We had one in
doesn't
Cliffside, BBS. You played
Yeah.
binary games.
I remember playing.
Get item.
Yeah, 50 steps forward. You
I learned how to
yeah.
type on that system. Like my
QWERTY.
Yeah. Well, my parents got me a computer when I was when I was in like 5th grade, and like the one like their idea of a game was learning a typing game where you learned how to type.
Josh, I know you don't want to be on camera, but did you deal with this mess too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you old enough to
The
understand?
old.
I've taken the time to go. I've taken the time to go back and appreciate the older stuff because technology is what I do for a living. So yeah.
Cool. I do have a interest in technological advances as humanity.
I do too.
Yeah.
I've
I'm big on that stuff.
working on some technology stuff now, but. Let's go back to the art, man, and let's just tell our audience one more
Thanks,
time.
Josh. Shout out to Josh.
Thank you, Josh. Shout out, Josh.
Thank you, Josh.
Tell our
Ladies and
audience
gentlemen, our producer Josh Pendergraft.
he's off camera, but he is in our hearts. Tell us, Daryl, and more importantly, tell our audience one more time where they can find you, where they can get work commissioned to, so that we can sign off and
Go drink some more beer.
Go drink some more
Spot
beer.
in Oktoberfest.
Guys,
Not
I
a sponsor.
appreciate you. For sure. Give me daryl.indica@yahoo.com. If you want to send me an email, I'll check it about once a week. At Nasddee, send me a message on Instagram. You can see some of my work on there. Not a very good job of staying up to date on post, but you can catch a good story every now and then. Of course, accompanied with music for a little extra merit and drama. But if you're interested in having any sort of personal commissions, whether it's on a canvas, whether it's in your garage, whether it's in your treehouse, painted a bathtub before. I do anything, a fire extinguisher, not an extinguisher, a hydrant. Extinguisher would be fun though. So if you have a fire extinguisher, call me.
You painted a bathtub?
I did, yeah. It was actually for a person's recently passed away mother, and she was very happy with it. But it was something that was meaningful to her and me. Take pride in my work. Very passionate about what I do, and know that there's only one person that I'm trying to impress or make happy, and that is the client. And I don't really have many people that can sort of influence what I do because I'm alone. Out here.
You've influenced the hell out of Michael and myself. Am I right?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I trust Daryl's instincts.
You guys are great, man. You guys are great. Get this thing open and running. We'll be there all the time.
The piece he's working on for me now, I gave him, I told him this was my idea.
Loving it.
And I said,
run with it.
I love it.
I trust you. And that's the kind of artist Daryl is. And that's the kind of vibe we're putting out there, people.
Exactly. So check him out. Make sure to get on those socials and hit him up because he does check his email at least once a week. So,
and if you can't find him, just email us and I'll put you in touch with him.
Bingo.
And before we wrap, I do want to say one thing. Friday, December 17th, we're doing a Christmas show at the Joy Performance Center in downtown Kings Mountain.
Hosted by your boy, Kody with a K.
You
can get tickets at kmlt.org.
That's right, not .com.
They're only $20, but it's a fun, family-friendly event for the holidays. It's going to be a bunch of Christmas music, songs that you know and love.
But in the style of four different artists. I was thinking 5 because Daryl here is also an artist.
I might show up.
He might show up.
He might spray paint a snowflake or two.
Paint you a Grinchy.
Without reference, because no two are alike.
Yeah, that's right.
And I could do that.
Each piece is unique.
And I won't be wrong.
That's right. And each artist is unique. So come out to that show, check out Daryl's work, and thank you for joining us on this episode, this very special episode
Cool, man.
of Rooster Radio.
Thanks for having me.
Peace.